After 5 grueling years of waiting, the biggest sporting event in the world is finally back. Olympic Games are back and they mark a special occasion for judo. After more than 56 years, judo is coming back to the city and arena where it was first introduced into Olympic schedule.
I'm coming home, I'm coming home. Tell the world that I'm coming home. Let the rain wash away all the pain of yesterday. I know my kingdom awaits, and they've forgiven my mistakes. I'm coming home, I'm coming home. Tell the world that I'm coming.
Yes, Olympic Games are back in Japan and Olympic Judo is back in Tokyo. For this historic event, I have decided to dedicate a series of videos that will look at the top judo athletes who have the best chances of winning in Tokyo. Our first stop in this series is under 60 kg weight category. In the lightest male weight category, the top contender to win is the triple world champion and Olympic bronze medalist, Japan's own Naohisa Takato. Since winning his first IJF Grand Slam event in 2012, Takato has been one of the best pound-for-pound judokas in the world. If he wins in Tokyo Olympics, he will be written down into the list of all-time greats. With excellent athleticism, dynamic technical skills, and high-level judo IQ, Takato is one of the most complete judokas in the world. He is equally adept at classical Japanese style of judo and more physicality-based Western or Caucasian styles of judo. His agility, speed, footwork, and ability to attack from any position or direction is almost unmatched. He sets up his throws with a lot of circular movement, misdirections, and ashiwaza feints or combinations. Takato is primarily a left stance player, but with certain techniques he can attack to the right side as well. Due to his dominance in stand-up judo, many forget that he's also very dangerous when the match hits the ground, where he can attack you with wide variety of pins and submissions. His main arsenal of throwing techniques consists of brilliant kouchigari, ouchigari, and uchimata. He also has a great sodetsuri komigoshi and various hip throws and counter-attacking techniques. Honestly speaking, besides those rare occasions when he has a lapse of concentration or gets careless, Takato doesn't have any major weaknesses. The only thing I would consider in these Olympics is the pressure. After all, Takato is 28 years old, so this might be his last chance to win Olympic gold. Everyone in Japan and the world expects him to win, so he will be under a lot of pressure both internally and externally. To win, he will have to maintain his composure and stay sharp in every match. If he manages to do that, I don't see anyone stopping him. The next entry in our list is the second most accomplished judoka in this category, Yeldos Smetov from Kazakhstan. Smetov is 2015 world champion and Olympic silver medalist in Rio. His judo is a true definition of explosiveness. With extreme speed and strength, Smetov is absolute dynamite on the mat. When he is in top form, there aren't many judokas with the same ability to explode into big throws or drop underneath for a nice dropping technique. Smetov is a master at using rotational force to increase the power of his throws. On top of that, he's very good at counter-attacking judo and scoring in scrambles. He predominantly throws to his right side, but he also has a brilliant taetoshi that he likes to execute to his left side. His main throws are seoi nage, uranage, and aforementioned taetoshi. Though he's not a newaza specialist, he's not afraid to transition onto the ground with some pins or quick submissions. His athleticism also helps him to avoid a lot of dangerous attacks from his opponents. In terms of weaknesses, his main strength might be one of his weaknesses. This athletic, explosive style of judo is extremely taxing on the body, and there are videos of him really broken down and taped from feet to the shoulders. Smetov is a smart judoka, but his success can be tied to his explosive nature. If you take away his ability to explode into throws or close the distance quickly, he can become somewhat predictable. If on the day of the tournament he doesn't have that additional explosion, he can sometimes find it hard to shift into the next gear. So that is the case with Smetov. It's all about his physical state. If in Tokyo he will be in good shape and healthy, he will be among the top contenders. If Smetov was all power, this guy is all strength. Lukhumi Chkhvimiani from Georgia is 2019 World and European Champion. In Chkhvimiani we have a perfect example of a wrestler in a gi. As with most of the Georgians, he's extremely dangerous in close-distance judo and counter-attacking. He's very scrappy, aggressive, and hard to throw cleanly. He knows how to evade opponents' attacks and redistribute his weight to end up on top in those 50-50 situations. Chkhvimiani is very durable and has a good stamina. He can push the pace even deep into the golden score period. His style is not pretty, but it works, and he is the type of judoka that no one likes to see in their bracket, because win or lose, the match will be very rough. His main moves are seoi nage or otoshi, sumi and hikikomi gaeshi, and various hip and counter-attacking throws. Chkhvimiani is not the most sophisticated judoka and tends to rely on his strength and aggression. His kryptonite seems to be judokas who have a good ashiwaza skills and can dive underneath him with quick seoi otoshi or tomoe nage. And then there is a recurring theme with Georgian judokas, the emotionality. Chkhvimiani sometimes gets too frustrated and emotional when things don't get his way. He loses his focus and has hard time adapting his tactics and recovering his composure. In the end, he is the type of judoka that will run you over if you let him start strongly, but you can beat him if you shut him down early in the match. Nonetheless, any way you slice it, he is one of the boogeyman of this category. The last entry in today's preview is one Jin Kim from South Korea. Kim is 2013 and 15 world bronze medalist and former world ranking number 1. After 2016 Olympics, where he finished in 7th place, he had more than 2-year hiatus, and at one point it started to look like he will not come back to his previous form. But in recent years, he gradually climbed back to world's top 10. Kim is one of the more exciting judokas in this category. He is always one step away from scoring some highlight reel techniques. Unlike majority of judokas in this category, he prefers more traditional upright posture. He has a great footwork and uses a lot of ashiwaza and feints to overwhelm his opponents. As most of the top-level Korean judokas, he's expert at grip fighting. His preferred grip is collar and lapel grip. With this grip, he is very good at controlling the distance and shutting down his opponent's upper bodies in both defensive and offensive situations. Kim is on the taller side in this category, so he often uses techniques suited for taller judokas, such as Hizaguruma and Uchimata. He also has a strong Goshiguruma, Urenage, and Kosotogari. On top of that, he also possesses some solid Nevaza skills. His main weakness is that he lacks the same strength and athleticism that other contenders in this category have. He is not weak by any means, but occasionally he goes for attack with a lack of commitment and gets rather easily overpowered by physically stronger opponents. All that said, South Koreans know how to peak around Olympic Games, and when Kim is on a roll, he has the style that could pose a huge threat to anyone in this category. In addition to these four, we also have guys like Robert Mashvidobadze, Sharafudin Lutfilayev, Francisco Garrigos, and Young Wei Yang. The Russians always do really well in the Olympics. Lutfilayev is a great technician that can throw anyone, and Yang with Garrigos have that X factor in their grappling. So, if you're a fan of fast-paced, athletic and scrappy judo, this is the category you should focus the most.